my number 5 guy, Diabell. If he is a fantastic athlete, fantastic quarterback, one that has been my number 1 quarterback since watching him last season. Just absolutely think the kid's amazing. So let's start with him. So a quarterback from American heritage, Florida, committed to the Texas Longhorns. My model, as of right now, gives him a 7.68 overall score. So this means he's a blue chip, 5-star status. Bal's got an elite arm and field vision that screams future SEC star. Texas has a gem ready to sling it again, right there in Austin again. So let's dive into a little bit why Bal's a big deal for the Longhorns. So first of all, right, you probably heard this, Texas fans. You guys are probably like, I already know what he's going to say. But son of Raja Bal, former NBA player, one that got into it with Kobe, in the playoffs. Again, just being a competitor. But absolutely, his dad, Raja was a heck of a basketball player. But just the film grade overall, right? I said 7.9 is the highest you can get. Diabell got a 7.9. He showcases elite arm talent, threading tight windows with pinpoint accuracy. Decision-making is elite. Reading defenses instantly and minimizing turnovers with smart choices. Measurables grade of 7.28 reflects his 6'2", 195-pound frame with mobility for college ball. Pocket presence is top tier. Staying cool under pressure, extending plays with his feet. This kid is he can play. He can just flat out play. When we watch it, the pocket presence, that is kind of what this looks like, I guess, like what the college football looks like. Heck, even the NFL, right? Those off script plays, whenever the broken plays, that is what Patrick Mahomes makes tons of plays that way. And again, it is not a bad thing. We got used to that, up until about 10 years ago, right? About players being, not running the plays they're supposed to run, and all these different things. But this is kind of what the NFL has now turned into as well. In college football, it's kind of always been that way, but now more so more than ever. Texas's pro style spread offense perfectly. He fits it perfectly with mechanics ready for the SEC. So he is Diabell is a perfect fit there at Texas. And again, the SEC. He's playing in one of the best conferences in America, right? In college football, right? One of the two, right? Big Ten or SEC, whatever it is that whatever it is, the one that you feel like it is. Projection score of 7.59. So this is just a projection of where I see him. A projection score of 7.59 signals power four player with potential. I would say by year 1, he should be starting. And again, that is if Arch Manning decides to go pro, right? Texas has tons of riches there, which we'll dive into here in a bit. If we see Arch Manning go pro, you probably see, after this season, you probably see Diabell take over next year as a true freshman. Why he stands out. So again, my model sees Bell as a future star. Elite intangibles for Texas's high octane offense with Sark. Those of you, there at Texas that have Sark there, I'm preaching to the choir at this point, but he is a fantastic coach, phenomenal what he does with developing quarterbacks, developing talent. Perfect fit there at Texas. So Diabell, his arm and poise make him a fit to follow Texas's recent QB success, ready for big games. What is pretty wild, right, is and Texas fans, you probably know this, but they go from number 1 QB in the country, right, when they got him, Quinn Ewers, right, when he came out, right, before he transferred, all that. But Quinn Ewers, number 1 QB in Arch Manning, and now you guys move on to the number 1 QB in Diabell. So again, the rich get richer. Most important position on the field. Texas has shored up for years to come at this point. This is not going to be a problem. And again, this is the way the dominoes are falling. Sark has a quarterback-friendly offense, and you're just going to continue. They're going to continue doing this, landing one of the top 2 QBs every couple years whenever they pursue one. And again, Longhorns have right, the whole NIL and all this. They, good for them. So this is going to be a trend that we follow, a trend that has been taking place, but one that we'll follow. And I don't see Texas ever going without a top 3 quarterback starting, the one that came out of high school, right? So I don't ever see this trend stopping. So he's not just a passer, though. He's a leader who can change games. He can create with his legs. The kid is athletic. He plays basketball, played tons of different sports. I think I read something a while back. They were talking about, he was talking about how his dad pushed him to try all kinds of different sports. So he is a really good basketball player as well. So if you have some time, go on a huddle, check him out. Basketball highlights are there as well. He is a phenomenal basketball player as well. And then, this is just kind of like, came here, seeing him on ESPN on Friday night. They were down 28-0 at halftime. Diabel was 6 of 13 for 36 yards and 2 lost fumbles. At that point, right, I was kind of like, oh man, like, hopefully I'm not wrong here, right? But basically the entire American Heritage offense, they turned it around. It was highlighted by a 31-yard touchdown pass from Bal to Jamar Denson. Bal finished the game completing 20 of his 34, so 20 of 34 for 231 yards and 1 touchdown. So think about where he was at halftime. So essentially almost threw for 200 yards in the second half, led the team. They won 31-28 on ESPN. If any of you watched it, this dude is just fantastic player, one that I am really, really excited on, one that I have had as my number 1 quarterback since last year in this class. So, what I like to do, just kind of give you guys something to think about. Just picture Bell slinging passes for Texas in the SEC. Which game does he light up, right? When does he make his presence on the scene? Is it game 1? Is it game 3, game 4? Does he have to figure out some things before? And again, how soon does he take the starting job? And is he the next big thing in Austin, right? So that's kind of where we're at now. Drop your predictions. Can Bal lead Texas to a playoff run? And again, my answer is yes. Now, if you are up to debate whether he's the top QB in the 26 class, again, please feel free to comment on the video, shoot over to the text line, hit me up on Twitter, X and IG. Happy to have this conversation. We can talk recruiting all day. I love it.